So, guys, I know I have made my position on the console war very clear where I stand and which side of the battle I do stand on, and it's not with Sony. It's not with Sony. But I have a PS1 now, and let me tell you the funny story on why this has happened and why I ended up getting a PS1. Now, for those that don't know, I'm good friends with a YouTuber called Sasha The Sloth. Sasha The Sloth is someone I know personally. I've met in person, and we have a brief history. Like, we only met in April this year, but we have a brief but good history. And with Sasha, one time she invited me over to her house, and obviously went over there. And in her room, she has all five home consoles of the PlayStation, all attached, all set up, ready to be used. And so we just kind of sat there, played a few games together. Enjoyed, had a bit of fun. I'd obviously brought some games over, which obviously she'd asked me to, because obviously I do a bit game trading. Obviously, I buy games and sell them on, and we obviously was playing some games like Crash Team Racing and whatnot, just having a good time. And then, well, it just after I left, it just got me thinking. Obviously, because I up to that point I had 19 game consoles, 19, and most of the ones I had were like Evercade or Xbox or it was mostly Nintendo portables. Now I obviously don't own a Nintendo home console. I didn't ever own a Sony home console. I know I've got a YouTube short that shows me took onto a PS4. That PS4 is not mine; it's my brother's. But here's the thing: I never questioned after. I just thought, okay, that's what it is. I'm gonna go home. Just gonna put this music on and let's think about something else. So I go home. Nothing really happens for a little while. A few weeks later, I'm in Western-super-Mare, which was only a few days ago. This time in the timeline, and I went into a game shop called MT Games. Now, MT Games had so much cool stuff. So much cool stuff. I'm amazed that they had some of the stuff they had. They'd obviously Game Boys, N64s, PlayStations, PSP, tons of PSP stuff, which is good because the local CX stores that I go frequent uh, in my home city don't seem to actually have PSP games anymore. They just pulled all the stock off the shelf for some reason. I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, and I thought I saw this bad boy sitting there, 40 quid. So I thought, 40 quid. I'll take that. So I went over. So obviously I went over to the counter, spoke to the bloke at the counter, and yeah, I ended up walking away with a PS4, well, PS1, and I also got a game called Area 51, which I have been told by some other YouTubers isn't actually a good game. It's one that was obviously I think it's based on an arcade game. I think because it does feel like a light game, so I assume it's based on an arcade game, and that's sort of how it is. And obviously, as soon as I got this, I took a photo. I put it over all my social media of basically the PS1 stuffed in my bag. With you can see the control and whatnot, and obviously it's under my medication because I am type 1 diabetic. And then yeah, I posted that all over social media. It's on my Instagram, it's on my Twitter, it's on my I shared it in John Scar's Discord server. I've done quite a lot of it, and yeah, it's kind of weird because obviously Sasha sort of like pushed me to sort of like go forward and like explore new avenues and go for a new game system that I hadn't already owned and whatnot. And obviously it's one I'd already tried out at her house, and I've got to admit the PS1 does have some great games. Now, do I recommend getting the PS1? Well, I've only really played a few games on it. I can't really give you a full review of the PS1, but I do think it's a nice little system, and I can see why it outsold the Sega Saturn and the N64. Like straight up, I can see why this system outsold both those systems combined by like double. But yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below, and also in the comments down below, well, not in the comments, but in the description, I've linked a channel. I've linked Sasha the Sloth's channel. Please go check her out. I want to try and get her to about 50 subscribers by the end of the month, so please go subscribe to her. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. And yeah, I've been EC, and I'm signing out. Peace.